Everyone, welcome back to part 4 of my no clip out of bounds run or series for Resident Evil Requiem. So, as you know from the last part, if you watched that video, I got soft locked in this basement area because I collected the power nodes completely out of order, could not continue. So I just got done playing through this section generally how intended. I did do a lot of the no clip to sort of like help speed things up. So right now we're at the elevator being chased by the girl, and unfortunately I would like to show you what happens, but the game sort of just kills me, or it just decides to break. So we're gonna go ahead and just play this section as normal, unfortunately, until we get to the next part of the game. Yeah, so I tried to no-clip. I did no-clip back into the prison right there, and I just fell into the void, and it automatically, not automatically, but after like a few seconds, it killed me. And then I'll tell you that this elevator, it's a continuous loop. So there's some camera trickery in this area. So this wall is just constantly repeating. And the reason why I'm not doing it now is because in this section, the little prompt, I can't get to it, and it takes forever for Grace to eventually die. It was a whole thing. I did a little bit of a test before I started recording. I would like to show you, but it kind of takes forever to get to the to finish with the loading screen. But yeah, it's this section doesn't really like it's not a very long section. Like obviously it's looking like this elevator ride is gonna take a while, but it does not. And what's crazy is I thought that she would show up already.
What's going on?
Yeah, so it's this part. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about the hand. Yeah, so it was this part. I did no clip in this area, and she did have like a weird looking character model as her hand is trying to get into the elevator. But because I wasn't there to do the little prompt, it took forever. She ate my head finally, and then it just kept repeating like the elevator sequence over and over, and then it probably took like maybe like almost like 4 to 5 minutes for it to give me the game over that I've died. So just to save everyone time, we won't do that. Oh, okay, so all right, this is a really good discovery. So here, Leon's section from earlier spawns in. So that's actually a really great discovery. So the beds are perfectly, well, I'm gonna say they're clean, but they're empty. It's almost like this place didn't have any residents and stuff like that. Like they were just getting it ready. So this might have been, or this might be like I don't know if it's like an earlier model of this room, but the skeleton is gone. There's a bed here that I don't really necessarily recall. But I can't really... Oh, and that's also interesting. So if you're, I think it was like in part one or two. You got to forgive me because I I don't really remember. But this door was closed, and remember how I said something about like this area was fully modeled? So the door is completely gone, and we have access to that room. Same thing here. Those doors are gone. The damage here is gone. And a lot of the interior... Okay, so it looks like it's invisible. So that's a cabinet where I believe on the lower difficulties there's a health item in there as well. But that's crazy. Okay, so if we go through his other section to go and get to Grace, what happens? Okay, so that's there. Okay, and then this would be locked. So, wait, can I climb down the stairs? Okay, good. I was about to say, I was like, I think with Emily, it looked a little bit weird. Oops. Okay, so with Emily here, I sort of like float. Okay, so I think that okay, yeah, that corrects my my character model. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put her down. And I'm gonna go ahead and like deposit some of this stuff, but like this I don't need. Really curious about what the Molotov does. But that's again, like that's some very interesting stuff. Let me go, I'll drop a save here. Let's see. Okay, let's do that. She looks a little bit worried, like sad, right? Anyways. I wonder if... Okay, so now I wonder what happens if I just leave.
I can't leave Emily behind.
Sure can.
Finally. We made it.
Okay, I got that achievement. Okay, I don't want to go in that area just yet. So let's go ahead and let's see like what else is modeled here. Let's go ahead and get the flashlight going. So a good portion of this is here. So I think this is where Leon's... Oops, I did not mean to do that. So this is Leon's section here in a few minutes. And yeah, definitely with Leon, I have an idea that I want to try. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, no, so as Grace, I won't be able to do that. But here's the door that Grace goes through. Okay, so there's completely nothing there. So at least some of the stuff is visible. Yep, there's the elevator. I don't know what that is. Okay, yeah, this must be the fountain area. Let's go ahead and just try to shoot back up over here. Hopefully everything, okay, so it looks like some of the stuff has not yet reloaded in. Okay, so this is the room where Leon should be in. Okay, so that loaded. And it's hot, and it's solid, except for that window. And again, like this entire area has been like perfectly cleaned. Yeah, like it's very interesting that this is what this room would have looked like before all the carnage and everything. Look at that, I can even pick up the ammo and stuff. But anyways, yeah, no, that's really cool. So like a large portion of this area. Whoa. Okay, yeah, no, Mike. I didn't like that. I didn't like that business at all whatsoever. Okay, so let's go ahead and just let's still explore a little bit more outside. So I'm leaving Emily behind just for now
I can't leave
because
Emily behind.
oh, oops. Just because the game doesn't necessarily like us two together while I'm doing the no clip. But okay, so there's the church or chapel. So and again, this entire area is like it's all rendered because we're gonna be here in a few seconds. Or minutes, I should say, not seconds. Or okay, so that part is not. That part is not either. Okay. Alright, so depending on how you approach it, some of it just does not load. Whoa. Yeah, because this is where the chopper would be, so there's a little bit of that damage that's supposed to be there. For the most part, everything is kind of rendered, except for that, well, there's the door. There's the items. So, it looks like the burnt material that's supposed to fall is already there, just ready for the, for that trigger to set. More trash? What's in this room? Okay, another interesting aspect of this, where this is a room that's modeled. There's even a fence area that you may not even see, so it looks like this is just other... I don't know if it's like a garage or like a... Oh yeah, looks to be like a shed or something like that. Same thing over here. A bunch of the tree line. Oh, someone say bingo. Oh, well, I wanted to see like how far like this render distance was. But after a while, like it just... Yeah, so my flashlight decides to act like a little funny. So I got to be careful because I can either get lost or I can go into like a little kill area. Like even there, like okay, there we go. It's a good thing that lit up because got a little lost. Yeah, all of this damaged stuff. Like, look at this. Like, this is all really, really interesting to me. Like, look at this. Like, I think I see a little bit of the. Okay, so that's interesting. This elevator area is fully modeled. I would have thought that they would do that same sort of like resource thing to save on resources where they just do like a loop. But no, like that's that's all the way there. There's nothing really. What is this? Oh wow. Okay, yeah, so wait. How is this how are these two area Okay, all right. So I mean, it makes a little bit of sense because that's that area. Oh, okay, never mind. It was just really confusing to me, like how close that those rooms were next to each other. Let's see what's in this attic. Nothing really. Okay. Yeah. So like after a while, like it okay. the game the game doesn't like having to like load multiple sections depending on where I'm at, but that is, I mean, that's awesome. That truly is. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's break it a little bit further. So now we know that that area is there if you hit the load zone for it. This area should be here. Okay. So without Emily, I'm really curious to know what happens. Oh, there's a tree underneath the map. There's another tree over there as well. All right, so what happens if I go into this area without Emily? Does it do anything? Okay, good. So Emily is definitely the trigger. Okay, just to reiterate, this should be something that that looks familiar. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to bother with it. Okay, so this part of the lab has not loaded in, which makes sense, because as soon as we get down there... Okay, so let's go ahead and let's break the game again. So let's grab this bottle.
Who?
Interesting. Okay, yeah. The game does not really like this at all whatsoever. You know what? Okay, that makes sense because you can see that top floor over there. Okay, that room does not exist. And same thing with this room. Okay, so we can only do like a partial load over here in this section. What's that? Oh, is that the church? Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Okay, yeah. Oops. That's the other door. All right, Emily, let's continue to break the game. Of course, this is going to be a soft lock.
Emily? Are you alright?
Uh-oh.
Emily?
I don't know.
Well, let's just... we need to keep moving, okay? Emily?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Hey!
Okay, so now I'm wondering. Since I loaded this area, does this... Nope, it's not. All right. We're definitely gonna reload the save because, ooh, we broke a lot.
Please, just let it be in here.
Okay, here we go. Locked from the other side. Weird. Oh, here we go. It's loaded in. Not really too sure if these like weird floating rocks are invisible from the player's perspective, and the same thing with this guy. So I'm pretty sure those are just the rocks that get triggered during the self-destruct section of this part. Let's see, because we're supposed to be like right here, right? Whoa. Oh, okay, no, this is... Alright, so this is the part that happens later. Okay, so it did one big circle. Okay, so in terms of from the player's perspective, I don't really see those rocks at all. So yeah, so that's just a... Okay, so this is where we would actually end up. What's this part? Is this part solid? Nope, it's not solid. Okay, so this prompts me to escape. Whoa.
Found you.
Okay.
Yes, Zeno, that's correct.
That is so odd.
The self-destruct protocol has reached the self-destruct call status and is evacuated. Unlocking disposal tanks. All personnel dispose of specimens and evacuate immediately.
Oh, shit, shit, shit!
Oh, what's this area?
Why does this shit keep happening? I need to get to the helicopter. Oh, I made it. Okay. I'm coming, Emily. Oh.
Yeah, that is so odd. I did that again, completely out of order. Not that there wasn't too many things that needed to be in sequence, but I don't know. We just skated by on that area. But I'm telling you, like I love this stuff so much. Going out of bounds and looking at all of this other things, seeing how you can break the game, getting things early and all it's wonderful. It truly is. But yeah, so in well, at least in this part of the game, there's not really too many big sections, but if you hit a load zone, it really doesn't like that. So there's a lot of that slowdown. All right. Go ahead and pause for a moment. So there's not, we're going to try to see if we can go back into the hospital to see if that's still rendered, which it should be. All of the other stuff, we already have seen, but we'll try to figure out if Grace's sections are still loaded in or if they just completely voided out.
What's she got to do with this?
Okay, so I'm supposed to help her out. Okay, so the elevator's still here. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, it looks like at least the exterior model of the hospital is there, but everything else is not. The helipad is still here. So the helipad is here, but yeah, that entire house, besides this part. All right, so that kind of just goes back to that. Okay. Oh. I love that fast reloading. Man, what a quality of life. Oh, okay. But yes, this should be just a hollowed shell, yeah, so we're not going to be able to go back too far, so only like wherever Leon was that initially, and then whatever he can kind of see might be it. Okay. Yeah, but this man is just right here, just stabbed to death and just burning. Yeah, so a lot of this area we already had seen with Grace. But now it's all like modeled now. Oh, okay, here we go. We can kind of see this section with Leon. Even though a partial part of it is loaded in. And I'm assuming all of this stuff is... Whoa. Okay, so that's the zombie that Leon steps in. Interesting. Okay, but at least we know. It's just bizarre because, like, there's stuff in the way. How does... Obviously, he phases through, and then we stomp on him once we do this, the little action movie roll and stuff, or slide. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and see if we can continue with this section. So yeah, it looks like a good portion of the hospital is gone. It deloaded.
Sherry, Grace is still here.
The FBI agent.
Yeah. Found some files on Bridget's computer. She's connected to this somehow.
Is she okay?
No. I've got it covered.
Oh. Where did Grease go?
Looks like they went ahead.
Stay with me.
What in the world?
Grace,
Leon!
who is she?
Oh, this is Emily. Help me, I can't stop the bleeding.
Hey, look at me. We're gonna be okay. Yeah? Can't stay here. That should be the way to the water treatment plant. It's our way out. Let's go.
Oh. Whoa!
Hey, just don't give up. Take her. Get her safe. Go! Now! I'll keep our friends busy.
Okay, so what happens if I go out here? Okay, so what happens if I go back up here? Okay, so yeah, it's not letting me... Let's see, well, what's in this area too? Nothing? Okay. Just thought I'd check.
Time to clear out the rest.
Oh. What I should have did what I should have done was go through that door just to see if the Grace and Emily models are there. Mistake on my part. But I mean, if it lets me continue, then I played this section beyond broken and unintended. But that was my goal all along. I was very curious to know what happens if you get on, go onto the bottom floor where Grace is at, and fight the zombies there. So I'm glad that I was able to do that, and that you guys were here to witness it. So we're gonna go ahead and call it here pretty soon for this part. So it looks like, okay, well the game is.
There's got to be a way to get to the surface.
Okay, well, what happens if we go back through that door? Oh, wow. Okay, you see what I mean? Like, Emily, like, carries me, and it's just really odd. Like, she gives me, like, forward momentum. But speaking of that, it is morning. Oh, we gotta go over there. Hold on, girl. Look at that. Low poly Raccoon City. Okay, so this is that end section with Xeno. Okay, and all of this is part of the cutscene. Yes. There's this area. No idea where that's at or what. Hold on, girl. We're going to Raccoon City. Again, that's fascinating. Like, how far away? Yeah, pretty far. Like, look how big this area is. I'm barely making progress. Eventually we'll get there. Anytime now, game. Come on now. Okay. Again, like, this is just nuts. You're telling me that they made this model for this cutscene. So far it's looking like it's all 3D. I was expecting like, you know, like partial, like maybe a small portion of it would be 3D and the others would just be like the back of the buildings would not be rendered, but I'm seeing a fully 3D rendered Raccoon City. This is just crazy, guys. Again, shout out to the Capcom team for making a low poly miniature model just for the cutscene. Like, all of this could have been done like very similar to that, where it's just you only see partial part of that plane over there, but this is fully 3D modeled. I do see duplicate buildings though, like this looks like a duplicate of this over here. That over there as well, so you know, there's still some like that. I don't know what that is. This looks like that duplicate sort of same sort of set of buildings and all of that, but yeah, this is nuts. And if I'm gonna load the game, you know, 100%, I'm not gonna waste anybody's time and have us have to go all the way back over there on foot. But I'm just curious to know, like, how far into Raccoon City we can go before we start seeing things that are not fully 3D. But no, it's looking like everything is. I can't really determine what Ground Zero is. This looks like it, but then again, this over here looks like it as well. So, yeah, no, just crazy. Hold on. All right, would this be faster? Let me go ahead and enable that other free cam. That might be the better one. Let's make a hotkey for it. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, it's not really... Well, goodbye, Grace. Okay, yeah, so that free cam wasn't necessarily that great. All right, let's just continue with this one. Let's go ahead and minimize that. Oh, baby girl, I'm sorry to take you on this trip, man. I truly, truly am. Look at that son of a gun. You don't even see all of this. It's just... Look at that, all the way over there, and we're still moving. Look at that. Now we're starting to get into the buildings that look a little different compared to the other ones. You know what I didn't do? See if I can stand on one. Okay, you know, well, I suppose that's obvious, right? But like, look at that. That doesn't even make sense over here. It's a building model on top of another building model. Like that looks like the base of one. Look at that. That doesn't even make sense. That is so crazy. That's a big section, man. That's a huge section that they just took the time. And like, shout out to this cluster. Like, it kind of makes you wonder, where did the guy start? Or ladies, you know, like whoever Capcom had designated to make these little areas. Like, this almost looks like where they sort of started, in my opinion. You know, I think that they kind of, so these three clusters or models, or you know what I mean, they kind of are like the same thing. Okay, so we're slowly getting out of, we're probably going into like a kill zone. Yeah, no, everything is completely modeled. They really wanted to make sure that, you know, when Xeno makes his appearance, this is our destiny. Okay, yep, we made it to the end. So what happens if we sink on down? Okay, yeah, no, so, alright, so that is the absolute... That is just nuts, man. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's load back where we were. And then we'll drop a save and then we'll continue on here in a little bit. But wow, is all I can say. Fully modeled that entire area. Everything is...
Way to get to the surface.
Oops, everything is 3D modeled. And it's just crazy. Like, I didn't even have time to look in this area either. When we put Emily down and save, I'll come back and explore this in the next part because I'm really curious. And again, holding on to her kind of like breaks the no clip a little bit.
I'm sorry. I know it hurts. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can't do that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and drop a save and then we'll pick up right back where we left off. Very, very soon. So I'm just kind of looking just to see. I don't want to save over a game that yeah, I'm not really too sure which one of these what the hell, I'll just save here. I can't really decide and stuff like that, but no. There's some crazy stuff, guys. I'm having a wonderful time playing this game in this no clip series. But anyways, all right, let's go ahead and do the pause. It's been wonderful. I will see you guys very soon. Please take care.